It's week 5. I got my favorite bets and locks of the week for NFL and college football. Let's jump into it. Spread picks of week 5. Maybe a little bit of risk here with the Lions minus 10.5. It's a big spread on the road at Cincinnati, but I'm going to trust the Lions here for multiple reasons. They consistently cover the spread, especially under Dan Campbell since he took over as the Lions coach. They just again and again know how to cover that spread. And part of it's because they're a really good football team. Especially this year with the way the league's being played, it feels like the game's changed a little bit due to rule changes. And the Lions really are playing good football right now, and they're maybe the toughest team to beat at the moment. And another reason, they don't let up. They keep going full pedal on the gas all the way through, and they're going against a Bengals team that is struggling on both sides of the ball. They have no offense going right now. The Lions feel better on defense this year compared to last. And the Bengals defense, we knew it's brutal on paper, absolutely brutal. Lions will be able to run the ball on them. I mean, they could run it up and cover the spread only running the ball. You know they'll throw the ball as well. So I don't see how the Lions don't just go all out and win big in this game. So I like the minus 10.5. You feel a little more comfortable if you play it down at 9.5 maybe, because maybe they win at 10. In the Texans, I like only if Lamar does not play. We're kind of getting mixed takes on that. We're hearing he's week to week, but he's going to try to play. I think the Ravens are trying to play a little bit of games here with the Texans. They feel like he's probably not going. That's my opinion. I'm not an injury expert, but the line at 1.5 is there for a reason. I feel like Vegas knows that Lamar is not playing, so I'll take the Texans if that's the case. Cooper Rush, the quarterback. I mean, he didn't look all that great in preseason. Even they would have to rely on Derrick Henry to carry him. Offensive line's not doing a great job right now. The Texans might have the best or second best, third best defense in football with that pass rush getting after Cooper Rush. And their offense is struggling, but the Ravens defense very much struggling. On top of that, they're even more injured now. Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey on top of the other guys. Maybe the Texans got something going on offense at the end of last game. They got Woody Marks going a little bit. So I do like the Texans minus 1.5. If Lamar does not play. But that line definitely could change if he does not play, so we'll see. Leaning with the Panthers, plus 1.5, you might as well go money line. I like the matchup for them. I like the way they played at home so far, which was only one game. The Dolphins, do I want to buy in on them yet? They got to go on the road, short week. Tyreek Hill injured. I think Achane has a good game. It's the reason the Dolphins could win that game, but Panthers should get back on track to how they played a couple weeks ago, run the ball here and win. And that Patriots one, the Bills have potential to just beat the hell out of anyone, right? But the Patriots are playing really good football right now. They typically play the Bills tough. They're plus 8.5. Again, not saying that's a lock, but that's a lot of points there. Patriots defense should be getting better with Christian Gonzalez back. Saw that last week. They stopped the run pretty well, which the Bills, that's kind of been the main part of that Bills offense. The Bills are going to score points still, but Bills defense really struggling. The Patriots offense getting better here. So that game could come down to the end there. 8.5 might be a little too much there. Check out our other videos for more picks up on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on. We got loads of content here. Straight up locks. Teams that just got to win. 12-3 on these on the year. I think the Lions as the number one against the Bengals here. Just maybe the best team in football right now, going against one of the coldest teams in football without their star quarterback and with Browning back there. Both sides of the ball, Lions have them outmatched. Rams against the Niners tonight. Typically, I wouldn't say it's a lock, but Rams at home, short week. Niners were already the most injured team in football. They're even more injured now. Purdy out. Mac Jones has been playing all right, but Pearsall, Jennings, these guys out on top of Nick Bosa, all these other players. Niners record without Nick Bosa over the years is not good. They lost last week, even though it was a little fluky. The Rams are a really good team at home, better team, and the way healthier team. The Rams are pretty healthy right now, which is odd. Knock on wood. Hopefully that stays the case, but take the Rams there. And the Cardinals, whoever the Titans are playing, it's a good pick. I mean, the Titans have a shot here. The Cardinals are injured and they're not playing too well, but they're playing pretty well on defense, and that's going to be a problem for the Titans offense, which is their main problem. This game could be very close by halftime. I could see the Cardinals in the second half could pull away. Maybe any second half numbers, kind of keep an eye on those for the Arizona Cardinals this week. So 3 straight up locks. A lot of good games that can go either way this week, but I like these ones as locks. I don't always have total locks, but this week I do. I like the Lions team total over 30.5. I mean, perfect world, you wish that was 29.5, but I don't see how they don't hit the over on this with the way the Bengals defense is playing, but the way the Bengals offense is playing. They either go 3 and out, give the Lions offense the ball back very quick, or the opposing defense, the Lions scores on them. And we know the Lions could run all over them, throw all over them. Dan Campbell and the Lions don't give up until that whistle is blown at the end. I have them scoring 42 points this week. I could see even more than that. I feel like the worst is 35, the lowest, 35. Sometimes things get weird, but we're at that point in this week 5 now. Maybe the weird stuff starts to, stops happening. And even if it did, the Lions should have no problem in this game. If Lamar does not play, I like the Texans Ravens under 40.5 for multiple reasons. A Cooper Rush Ravens team with a struggling offensive line going against maybe the best defense, maybe the best pass rush, maybe the best secondary in football. The Texans, they're not going to contribute enough points. I see them scoring 17 max. I'd say it's more likely to be 10 to 16 max range. And then for the Texans, their offense is really, really struggling. Yes, the Ravens defense has been bad, but it's been bad against the Bills, the Chiefs, the Lions, right? Not the Texans offense, which is struggling because of offensive line play, quarterback play. Don't have a stud running back like they're used to at Mixon, and mainly the coaching, the play calling is pretty bad. So the Texans offense could get going, but I don't know. I don't see how either team contributes enough to get over 40.5, but if Lamar plays, don't touch it because Lamar alone could get over the, him not alone is not going to get over 40.5, but you get my point here. More bets and everything on our Twitter, on our Patreon links pinned in the comments for that. Some parlay options and a lot riding on if Lamar plays or not. I'm thinking he doesn't, but we'll see. But starting with a Thursday Night Football one that I really like. Typically when Thursday Night Football comes, I have one in mind, but I'm thinking about it kind of up until a little bit before game time. But I like this one a lot. Kyren Williams touchdown. That's the only thing we kind of got to bank on here to happen. But it should. The Niners looked pretty vulnerable against the run last week against ETN. Kyren Williams, a new challenge. I know Corum's been getting the ball a little bit more. They've been throwing a little bit more near the goal line. But in this matchup, Kyren Williams has shown he's much, much better than Blake Corum. He's the go-to guy. He also could rip off a longer run for a score as well. The Rams' money line feels like a lock, right? You could even put that -2.5 or whatever you want. Or you can go Rams -6.5. And just go a two-leg parlay, I should say, that and something else. And then under 47.5 feels pretty free as well because the Niners are so beat up on offense. How are they going to contribute to that? They also play good defense, which could slow the Rams down at times, I wouldn't imagine, throughout the whole game. And the Rams should have the lead the whole time, resulting in running the ball to Kyren Williams, resulting in probably winning the game, resulting in just draining the clock and putting the game away. I don't know if either team contributes enough for that 47.5. The Rams have a shot, but do the Niners pitch in? So that, I like that parlay. I feel pretty good about that. I feel like we got to get unlucky for that to not hit. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Kyren Williams touchdown that can't happen. Or that doesn't happen, that stops it maybe, but I like it. And a couple different, I wouldn't do both of these at the same time, obviously, but just a 2-game parlay. You have to be on board with me with the Panthers winning to be able to pick this, right? So the Panthers win and the Texans win, but Lamar has to not play for any of us to pick the Texans in this one. I don't think he's going to play, but we'll see. We can wait a little bit. This is the early slate of games on Sunday, or early afternoon or before noon, depending on the time zone you're in. I love the way the Panthers match up against the Dolphins at home. They'll run the ball, which anyone can do on the Dolphins. They couldn't do that because they got down so big to the Patriots a week ago. That was in New England. I don't see the Dolphins pulling away on the Panthers early. They couldn't even pull away on the Jets when the Jets were just making mistakes left and right. Tyreek Hill's out. Panthers defense played very well at home this year against the Falcons, held them to 0. Their zone coverage is a little confusing. The times they give up a lot of points is because their pass rush is non-existent, but I think they can confuse Tua, a Tyreek Hill-less offense as well. And the Texans, again, I trust them to beat Cooper Rush with their defense, and their offense gets something going if Lamar is out, right? So if, let's say, Lamar isn't out, or you just don't like this one, well, I said up there the Saints plus 3.5 is an option. I have the Saints winning. I'm monitoring some injuries, though. But if you also have the Saints winning and guys like Juwan Johnson and Trevor Penning play, then you can put the Saints in there instead of the Texans or instead of the Panthers. It's just whatever. You got to be on the same page. Do you have those teams winning? Or here's another option that does look pretty good. If you're on the same page with the Panthers winning, or you could substitute the Texans if Lamar doesn't play, or the Saints if you like the Saints winning. But the Panthers winning with the Lions alternate line -6.5. You can go even safer to 5.5 in case they win by 6. I think they're going to obliterate the Bengals. And the Cardinals money line, can they just handle business against the Titans? they should. That looks like a pretty good one for plus 274, but I kind of give you guys an option. Again, if you don't have the Panthers winning or you're a little nervous about that, Saints money line or plus 3.5 an option. Keep an eye on some injuries, or Houston if Lamar does not play. But that second one looks pretty good. If you kind of got to wait a little bit. I wouldn't really jump on it now. Of course, the odds probably will drop, so it's up to you. But more of these bets, last second updated picks on our Twitter and Patreon, typically before or on game day. Anytime touchdown picks. Jahmyr Gibbs, the ultimate pick this week. Not the best odds. You're going to have to parlay it with something else. Maybe you can cook up. We got a lot of Lions things going in this video, so maybe you kind of can put something together here with Gibbs, the Lions winning or Lions alternate line or the spread. Maybe the team total over, but Gibbs absolutely should score. I think David Montgomery scores too. Maybe both of them. Maybe Gibbs scores twice. Maybe that could stop Montgomery from scoring. We'll see. We talked about Kyren Williams tonight against the Niners. Should find the end zone. Achane's a good pick. By far the best offensive weapon, especially with Tyreek Hill out for the Dolphins. And the Panthers typically struggle against running backs. Achane will have a shot. Plenty of opportunities, I should say, through the air and on the ground. Garrett Wilson, been the go-to guy for the New York Jets every week. By far the best option. He'll get his targets. Going against the Cowboys, awful pass defense. He will get his opportunities. It's probably going to be a shootout. They're probably not going to stop the Cowboys offense from scoring, so they're going to have to air it out. We'll give Garrett Wilson more opportunities. I like it. Maybe Fields, maybe Breece Hall, a decent option as well. Alvin Kamara. It's just a matter of the Saints running their star running back more. They'll do that this week going against the Giants, who are second worst stopping the run in football. That is the key. So I expect Kamara to get plenty of options, or opportunities, I should say, on the ground through the air. And I talked about, I think both Lions running backs could score. Jahmyr Gibbs, far and away the better option. Plus options. Javonte Williams, surprise, he's plus 100. Cowboys will move the ball. They'll get near the goal line. If that's the case, they'll give it to him. Or they don't have CeeDee Lamb to throw to. They can throw to Pickens. Sauce Gardner probably be in man coverage on him. So I like Javonte Williams, and you go down a little bit. Jake Ferguson, a sneaky one as well for the Cowboys. No CeeDee Lamb to throw to. Sauce Gardner probably on George Pickens. It's Ferguson and Javonte. I like, the more I'm talking about, the more I like it, because the Jets also gave up 2 touchdowns to tight ends last week. So look out for Ferguson. That's a good one. DeMarcado of the Cardinals. It feels like he could take over as the lead back for the Cardinals. Some people think it's Michael Carter. I'm leaning with DeMarcado for the Cardinals because, again, James Conner, we knew that. He's out, and now Trey Benson is out. The Cardinals should control this game. They're better than the Titans. Play defense, run the ball, run the clock, don't make any mistakes. So the running back should get opportunities. Devontae Adams tonight, it's only plus 105, but it's a pretty decent option for multiple reasons. He scored 3 games in a row, which doesn't mean he's going to keep scoring every game, but he also has 7 touchdowns in 5 games against the Niners in his career. That's pretty wild. Might be a matchup situation there, and the Rams are a little more willing to throw the ball near the goal line compared before it was just give it to Kyren Williams. I think we'll see a little more of just give it to Kyren Williams tonight, but yeah, it could be an option. Khalil Shakir, pretty good odds at plus 185. The Patriots are doing a damn good job stopping the run. The Bills are doing a damn good job running the ball. Maybe the Bills won't have to, or maybe the Bills won't be able to do all of that much running. They'll have to throw. I think Christian Gonzalez got the outside receiver like Keon Coleman locked up a bit. The slot is where I'm looking in this matchup. Shakir, or maybe one of those tight ends could score, but the Patriots done an okay job against tight ends so far, so Shakir stands out. I'm monitoring the Panthers running back situation this week. If Chuba Hubbard plays, he's questionable right now, has not practiced. I like him to score. Maybe either way, you're just better off going Rico Dowdle, though, because that's a good plus odds option, especially if Hubbard does not score. I love Dowdle because he's been getting carries as it is around the goal line, and if Hubbard's out, they're going against a Miami run defense that isn't so great. More of these picks up to game day, right before game time on game day. We're always posting some, so on our Twitter and our Patreon. College football lock. I'm going bold this week. I'm going pretty bold. It's my gut. It's not the best week for a college football spread lock. There's none that really go like, oh my God, that's the one. This is an all-timer. But my gut really likes Clemson this week. And it's bold because everyone is down on Clemson, very much down on Clemson right now. And everyone wants to love Bill Belichick's North Carolina team, but they're just not at all a good football team. And Clemson is 1-3 right now. Everyone ripping them, especially because they got their ass kicked to Syracuse, and Syracuse turned around, got their ass kicked to Duke. But Steve Angeli, Syracuse's solid quarterback, was out. He's out for the year against Duke, so that was a problem. He played most of the game against Clemson, so you can't really compare those things there. Clemson off a bye. They started slow last year. They got going right around the time of the playoff. They're actually a pretty good team, and they should, typically they're a well-coached team. It's not the case right now, but they figure it out as the year goes on, and they should be a very good team because they have NFL talent throughout this entire roster. Klubnik's been underwhelming, not really the main problem. He got better as the year went on. I expect a lot of success in this game off the bye, knowing, all right, now we got nothing to lose. Let's go out and play ball, play to where we should be playing. They probably made adjustments at the bye. They have so much NFL talent on defense. I don't see North Carolina scoring many points. Their offense is really struggling. Maybe they score off the script. That's about it. And Clemson's offense should have no problem against that soft North Carolina defense. It's going to take multiple guys to tackle, it seems. They play very soft coverage. They give up a lot on the outside along the sideline. And, again, you should be able to run on them as well. So I see Clemson bouncing back and absolutely running up the score, winning by a lot more than 13.5 here against North Carolina. I'm just going to bank on Clemson recovering after the bye here, and they're playing against North Carolina is worse than a lot of people realize. People want to be in on North Carolina. They are nowhere near there yet. And then we'll have more picks, parlays we'll try to put together. Hit one last week for our Twitter subscribers and Patreon members, so that still will be posted like it is every week. So join us on there. Links pinned in the comments. But that will wrap it up for this week's Locks. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know your guys' picks in the comments. Check out our other videos. We got all kinds of other videos covering Week 5 of the NFL and always more videos coming out. So like, subscribe, turn on notifications on. It's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.